Welcome to Soul Spark. These episodes are brain snacks, brief, bite-sized reflections from my personal journey, designed to be digested in just a few minutes. I'm not here to tell you how to live or what to do. I'm just here to share my stories and the questions I've wrestled with along the way. My hope is that by sharing what's moved me, I might just spark something in your soul today. Let's dive in. Episode 13. The Journey of the Drop. Have you ever stood at the edge of the sea and felt incredibly small? I think we all have. You look out at the endless, heavy expanse of water, and then you look down at your own 2 feet in the sand, and in that moment, it is so easy to feel like just a tiny, isolated fragment in a massive, chaotic world. Let's think about the single drop of water. Imagine it evaporating from the vast ocean, floating up into the sky and eventually falling back to the earth as a single raindrop. For a little while it has its own unique shape, it has its own boundaries, it takes its own specific journey, maybe rolling down a green leaf or sinking into the dark soil. During that journey, the drop feels completely separate from the ocean it left behind. For a long time, that's exactly how I lived my life. I felt like that single isolated drop. I built an identity, a career, strict boundaries around myself just to keep my shape. I thought that protecting my drop from the rest of the world was the only way to survive. But the problem with building thick walls around yourself is that it gets very, very lonely inside. In June 2024, I started to sit quietly with this heavy feeling of separation. And in that calm space, I realized that my mind was playing a trick on me. Yes, the drop has its own boundaries for a little while. But what it's actually made of, it's made of water. It's made of the exact same substance as the ocean. And when that drop finally makes its journey down the river and flows back into the sea, it doesn't die. It doesn't lose itself, it simply lets go of its temporary shape and remembers what it's always been. This is the beautiful, quiet paradox of who we are. As human beings, we get to experience the magic of the drop. I get to be Dennis. I get to have my own memories, my own specific pains, my own journey down the mountain, and my own joys. But beneath this temporary shape, the substance I am made of, consciousness itself, is the exact same substance that makes up everything else. We are the individual drop and we are the entire ocean at the exact same time. When I finally let that truth sink into my bones, a heavy weight lifted off my chest. The deep fear of being alone, the exhausting pressure to constantly defend my borders, it started to wash away. I realized that I don't have to fight the rest of the world to protect my individuality, because I am already intimately connected to all of it. There is a profound, grounding comfort in knowing that you are part of something unimaginably big. You are not just a stranger wandering through the universe. You are the universe, expressing itself as a human being for a little while. Sometimes the ego panics at this idea. The ego is terrified of losing its shape. It thinks that if it joins the ocean, it will disappear into nothingness. But the soul knows the truth. The soul knows that when you let go of the illusion of separation, you don't become less, you become everything. You can still play a role in this life. You can still be the drop. You can fall from the sky, make your mark on the earth, and enjoy the sunlight on your face. But you can do it without the deep ache of loneliness, because you finally know what you are really made of. So, I want to ask you, how much of your daily energy is spent trying to protect your shape? What if the isolation and loneliness you feel right now is just a trick of the mind? What if you gave yourself permission today to just relax your shoulders and remember that you're already the ocean? Did I spark your soul today? Thank you for sharing this space with me today. As you step back into your world, remember that you don't need to have all the answers right now. Sometimes just noticing the question is enough. May this brain snack offer a moment of stillness in the noise. And remember, embrace the spark.